Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 2018 this year's garden. In the last video I said I'd come back with another video to show everything that I planted. Everything is in now, so I might as well go through and show you everything we have. At this point in the garden, I've kind of went through and roughly weeded between the rows. You can see here there's plenty of weeds going down. That's where my carrots are. And until they get up and get the little frilly leaves or whatever you want to call them started, I'm not going to weed that because I'll for sure pull some of them out. I can see the carrots coming up, but right now they're just really small. So I always wait for an additional week on that before I really go through and weed the rows really good. Over here on the viney end of the garden, I've got Black Beauty zucchini, a couple of acorn squash. Over here I've got some ambrosia melon, straight 8 cucumber, some yellow squash right there, and all I do for yellow is do the straight neck. I'm not going to do any of the crooked neck or whatever because that's more of a winter squash, and I like the summer squash. Some more zucchini. I'm not sure what that one is. I'm pretty sure that's either a zucchini or it's some more cucumber. I'm not sure. We have straight 8 cucumber right there. These two that you see right here, if you remember when I was tilling up this end, they were little leftovers from last year that popped up. I see actually that a couple more have popped up over in the front, and I just replanted them. Might as well let them grow. I'm sure they're a zucchini squash also. Right there I've got another acorn squash. These two right here, I'm not sure if they are going to be zucchini squash or they might be a watermelon. It didn't have a tag, and I can't remember what what it was I bought. Right here I've got another muskmelon type. That one's called a Ball 2016. We'll see what happens there. I've got a sugar baby watermelon, more yellow squash, cucumber, and some more of the ambrosia melon, which is like it's just like a cantaloupe or whatever. More yellow squash. Here I've got pumpkin. There I've got pumpkin. And over here I've got another zucchini. In this fence row right here, I've got peas planted on each side of the fence. These are a dwarf gray sugar, so they'll be an edible pod. That's my favorite kind. I'm not going to shuck peas. I just want to be able to throw them in a stir fry and eat the whole thing. Right here I've got bunching onion. I've never planted those before. They're just like a green onion, so I thought I'd give them a try. They came in a seed tape. There I've got a little short row of top crop beans. And then of course I've got peas down there. I've got snowbird peas on the left side of the fence. Those are another edible pod stir fry. And on the right side is Progress number 9 pea. They're a regular pea that you would, shuck and everything. So who knows, if I want to, I could make a bowl of them or something. I don't know. I just like to plant them because I've got a lot of room to plant peas. And over here I've got 6 or 7 feet of a Cascadia Pea. I've never grown them before. None of these are coming up yet. These were planted a week behind the other ones, so in another few days they'll be popping up. I have a few little carrots because I had a leftover row right here, and then over there I've got a few more of the bunching onions. And these 4 right here are okra. I don't much care for okra, but it grows really good here, so Melissa said let's grow some. She doesn't much care for them either, but it's nice to try them for a couple times, during the year. Right here, the first half of the row is all broccoli. The second half of the row is all cauliflower. Right here I've got 4 early cabbage, followed by 4 late cabbage, followed by, I believe it's 8 kohlrabi. And behind that I've got the Dinosaur Kale. A lot of these plants were really, when I planted them, that was right before the 100-degree weather when it was into the 90s, and they really got burnt that first couple days, but they're coming back really nice. Like I said before, this is the carrots here. The first, well, it's almost a half a row. It's Nantes. I always like doing either Nantes or the Danver half-longs. This year I did Nantes. Behind that, they're the kaleidoscope, so they're going to be purple and I don't know, there was a whole bunch of different colors in that seed tape. I think that's going to be kind of fun. Back here are my beets, and just like the carrots, I wait till they come up. I can see that I've got beets coming up here and here, but I'll wait till they get bigger. There's another one, but they just look so close to the weeds that I'll just wait a little while before I get that all weeded out. This row here is mainly dedicated to peppers. I've got some early jalapeno right there. Then I've got some sweet banana. After that I've got King of the North, which are you know, a red, but you know, they're going to start out green. And behind that I've got California Wonder, which is a green. And back here I've got my Brussels sprouts. I've got 4 plants here. I've got 4 over on the other side. These seem to be doing pretty good. The other one's got a little heat damage, but they're coming up pretty good too. I'm hoping some of my peppers get done at the same time as my Roma tomatoes, because I want to make salsa this year. It's been years since I made salsa and I just never can seem to get everything done at the right time. So hopefully this year I've got the early jalapenos and those tomatoes will come up quick, so I'm hoping. This is my peanut and cotton experiment row, and right now I think I've got 5 of these Virginia giant peanuts plants that came up. I'll still give it a few days because I've got them planted in here and nothing has come up, but you can see them over here. These are coming up real nice. So hopefully, I don't know, that'll be neat too. And over here, this was the kind that was the black peanut, the actual, when you crack the shell, the peanuts are black, and only one of these came up so far. But even that's pretty good. I was hoping that I would get at least one. These are my cotton plants, and I see I've got 4 that came up so far. I think that's all that's going to come up, but again, I'll wait for a little while before I weed everything out. But right now, yeah, 4 plants, so that's going to be fun too. To finish this row out, I've just got a short 4-foot row of wax beans. It looks like they came up pretty good here. Not so good right there, but anyway, I do like to have a few wax beans. At the end of this row, which is right next to the wax beans, I planted Gourmet green beans. Pathetic. 2 of them came up. One of them looks pretty sickly, so I think, I don't know. Oh, there's one tiny one over there on the end too, but not very good. The rest of that row, these are all doing pretty good. Right here I've got Blue Lake 47, followed by Blue Lake 274. Followed by Top Crop down there, and all of those are doing really well. My potatoes, like usual, every single one came up. They're doing real well. The purples were a little slower. Again, I don't weed right up against it because with the potatoes, they'll pop up to the right or the left. You're just never sure. My row of the bulb onions here, I've got the whites, the yellows, and the reds. They're coming up real good. These are tall enough now so I can go in between and weed them. And they grew, I mean, they have grown quite a bit. They probably have grown 5 inches in just the last 3 or 4 days. This is a row of Provider beans. It's a little bit, little choppy right here in the beginning, but I'll still get plenty of beans out of that. That's not too bad. This is that other cabbage I was telling you about. They're really kind of got fried, but you can see those leaves are dead. But right here now, everything is coming up nice, so I don't think I'll have any problem with this either. Here I've got Swiss chard, 4 things of celery. These are those other Brussels sprouts. Like I said, they're not doing as good as the other ones, but they'll come through. I mean, they don't get picked until after the snow flies, so we're fine. Eggplant, they were already big before I got them. They're already getting an eggplant on them. And over here, this is another little row of wax beans. And then I have all my tomatoes, which was the last thing I planted. I've got 4 plants that are Jet Star. I've got 4 that are Early Girl. I always plant some Early Girl. The 4 behind it over there are Roma. Come over here, I've got Big Beef. Over here, then these are, oh yeah, Cherry Red. That's where you're going to find Xander. He'll be right back here eating all the tomatoes. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. I know we went through that kind of quick, but we'll come back in about 2 weeks. Everything will have been weeded correctly then, and this garden will take off real fast. It'll be a big change between now and 2 weeks from now. I'll see you guys on the next video.